Our institutions are already excellent. They operate in a spirit of greatness, high expectations, and readiness for the students that they serve. When I think of institutional excellence, it's the ability and the capability of our institutions to continue to serve their students, but with more.
We focus on 4 key strategies. The first is institutional transformation, which in essence for us means change management. How do you help an institution build the capabilities and the instincts and the intentionality that it needs to transform itself for its future state? We also include executive leadership, which focuses on the leadership of presidents, board members, and the types of supports they need to help their institutions thrive.
The executive leadership vertical of UNCF's Institute for Capacity Building is here to enable the visions of the presidents. And we have had a great opportunity to engage a lot of our presidents. The overall focal point of our area is to make sure that we find ourselves in the way of making sure that each of our member presidents and our partner presidents have a resource of support.
Institutional excellence also focuses on the resources that institutions need, both from a financial sustainability perspective and then in fundraising and advancement, where we look at those opportunities that institutions need to attract the resources that will help them propel their mission.
Regard to fundraising, we launched our Philanthropy Institute last summer. We brought together over 40 institutional advancement executives from across our institutions. So we were very, very excited to be able to not only train over 70 faculty in curriculum design and online instruction, but also our fundraisers, our institutional advancement professionals whose responsibility to raise money for the institutions. That was a need that our member presidents, our institutional presidents conveyed. And so we stepped in, we organized a convening of our institutional advancement leaders and brought them together to find out what the needs were so that we could meet them.
One of the first things that we had undertaken was the leveraging of assets to the long-term sustainability of the institution. And one of the richest assets that Shaw has is its location. Downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, one of the fastest growing, most economically viable cities in these United States. So therefore, that creates the potential to redevelop the campus into what we've decided to call the Shaw U District. For me, that's a perfect example of what transformation looks like.
When HBCUs engage in community empowerment efforts, they're not doing for, they're doing with. Instead of gentrifying, they're uplifting. And they're uplifting themselves, and they're uplifting the people and the communities around them, because together they know we're much stronger.
And quality enhancement plan. So this initiative was to pretty much hire what we call reach advisors. So it's not just where you come for a checkbox of what your academic achievements are, but we get to know the students personally. We get to know what challenges are you having from the time you apply for admission to when you walk across the stage. When this opportunity from UNCF came for us to get 2 full-time reach advisors, it was very transformational. We are able to serve close to 100 students a week coming through our Reach Center.
That the most compelling story in American history is the genius and resilience of Black people. And that for over 2 centuries, we have established and sustained institutions that have successfully advocated for the permanent interest of our people. One of the shining examples, of course, are historically Black colleges and universities. And so when I think about excellence, it's faith in action, it's focused on education, it's focused on taking students where they are and then moving them to even greater heights.